the paint. Angel kept getting the ball down there off rebounds or passes, and it just seemed like it would get stripped or blocked. What did you see that was preventing her from getting in the flow of the offense today?
I think it was just some of them were just rushed. I mean that was really it. I think it was just rushed. But I mean, Angel knows that we have confidence in her, just like Camilla.
What an embarrassment! What an absolute embarrassment!
You coach Tyler Marsh just detonated a truth bomb so massive Angel Reese might need a timeout from her own ego. Yep, the stat padding saga finally got the reality check it deserved. And it's not pretty. See, Angel had one golden opportunity. Stay quiet, play smart, and maybe blend into the WNBA background like half the league does. But no, she had to hype herself up and draw comparisons to a player who actually delivers, not someone out there hoarding rebounds like it's a Black Friday sale on Hustle. Get ready, because this halftime locker room roast is straight fire.
And any of our guards that penetrate into the paint and get looks at the rim, like we have constant belief and confidence in all of our players to be able to make those, and now it's just a matter of doing it.
Coach Tyler Marsh didn't hold back when it came to Angel Reese's performance, if you can even call it that. He called it for what it really was, a masterclass in stat padding disguised as hustle. The reality, Angel could have just played the game, flown under the radar, and maybe earned some quiet respect like many others in the league. But instead, she chose to build herself up, puff out her chest, and draw a line straight to a player who's miles ahead in talent and game IQ. Instead of making a statement, she made a spectacle, clinging to meaningless numbers like they were trophies while the scoreboard told a much colder truth.
We want Camilla and Angel to be good at what they do already. We want to continue to highlight their strengths. We also want to continue to improve and figure out ways where they can score easily, or they can still be effective defensively. I think it's important to understand, though, that even though that they're kind of the cornerstones of this franchise, that
now everyone's watching, cameras, analysts, fans, even that guy in the nosebleeds with binoculars, all waiting to see if Angel Reese could back up her big talk. Spoiler alert, she couldn't. And that's where the career fast break turned into a triple dribble disaster.
Wow. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it about the Angel Reese game. And after that game yesterday, there's no lying anymore. And honestly, there's no lying. Like, everything that I stand by, I triple stand by every single thing that I've said. If Angel Reese is the first option, your team is going to be the worst team.
If silence is golden, Angel's mouth was a missed free throw in overtime. She basically threw the ball up, bragged about her game like she was the second coming of basketball royalty, and then dribbled straight into a brick wall of reality. Because when you talk big and the highlights don't show it, that's a career turnover with no chance of a clean pass.
Who's the best player in the country?
To the media or me? I feel like I'm the best player in the country.
Are you fucking serious? Best player in the country. Bong. Best player in the country. Bong. 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 Best player in the country. Look at this. Bong. Wide open layup. Best player in the country.
Who's the best player in the country? Is it the media or me? Feel like I'm the best player in the country. Are you __ serious? Best player in the country? B. Best player in the country. Music, BL, best player in the country. Look at this. Wide open layup. Best player in the country. Coach Marsh didn't just call out the stat padding. He made it clear Angel's performance was like watching someone try to cook gourmet with a microwave. Lots of noise, zero finesse, and a result that left everyone wondering why the kitchen was still open. It's like she's playing her own game, chasing numbers, but forgetting that basketball isn't about filling stat sheets. It's about winning games, earning respect, and not embarrassing yourself on prime time. Chicago Sky head coach admits Angel Reese's mistake. So let's see what they done said, man. The Chicago Sky broke a WNBA record for having the worst point discrepancy through 2 games at 60. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, the player Angel so desperately wanted to emulate, is out here playing chess while Angel's still figuring out checkers. Clark's vision, skill, and pure court IQ make her the MVP highlight reel star, while Angel's highlight reel is just a blooper reel of missed layups and selfish plays. So, here's the real story. Angel's big mouth set a spotlight on her that she desperately wasn't ready for. Instead of rising to the occasion, she tripped over her own ego. If she'd kept quiet, maybe she'd be just another name in the WNBA roster shuffle. But bragging put a target on her back. And now every mistake is magnified. Every miss is a headline. And every bad play is a viral meme. It's a lesson in humility wrapped in a lesson in how not to kill your career before it even really starts. Because in basketball and in life, sometimes the smartest play is knowing when to shut up and just let your game do the talking. Unfortunately, Angel's game is still stuck in warm-up mode. And that big mouth, well, it's running a fast break straight to the exit.
Chicago Sky head coach admits Angel Reese mistake. So, let's see what they done said, man. The Chicago Sky broke a WNBA record for having the worst point discrepancy through 2 games at -60.
Coach Marsh's critique wasn't just a side note. It was a full-court press, a public service announcement for anyone thinking that talking big automatically makes you big time. Angel's stat padding isn't just lazy. It's a joke that even the benchwarmers are laughing at. And for a player who threatened to walk if she didn't get paid, well, let's just say the WNBA might be better off paying for silence. Let's dive deeper into this swirling tornado, courtesy of the no-nonsense critique from Coach Tyler Marsh. Because if you thought the drama was over after the missed shots and jaw-dropping ego trips, oh no, my friend, this is just the tip of the iceberg in a season that's shaping up to be a masterclass in what not to do on a basketball court. First, let's unpack the term stat padding. For the uninitiated, stat padding is when a player chases numbers, points, rebounds, assists, not because it's helping the team win, but because it makes them look good on paper. It's like someone trying to impress at a party by listing all the free samples they snagged instead of actually joining the conversation. And Angel, well, she's been that person who's all about the numbers, not the team wins.
So Caitlin Clark last night went off for 27 points and 11 assists. And in her sophomore season, Clark now has the most 25-point, 10-assist games in WNBA history. She has only played in 42 games in her entire WNBA career, and she already has the record for this. But she also has now tied Courtney Vandersloot for the most 20-point, 10-assist games in WNBA history. And guys, if you look at this screenshot here, it's actually kind of wild. So Caitlin Clark has 10 games with 20 points and 10 assists, and she reached that milestone in only 42 games. And as you can see, Courtney Vandersloot, who holds that record, reached it in 400.
People about the Angela Reese versus Caitlin Clark thing. To all the black people out here trying to make it a racial issue, y'all delusional. Angela Reese is garbage. Pure garbage. In terms of a skill set, her versus Caitlin, she's garbage. She plays like a toddler. There's no finesse, no smoothness, no beauty, no poetry, no skill set to her game at all. She's garbage. Stop being...
Remember when Angel Reese threatened to walk away if she didn't get paid what she thought she deserved? Bold move, right? But here's the kicker. While she was out there bragging about her value, the performance on the court wasn't exactly screaming investment opportunity. It was more like watching someone try to sell beachfront property in the desert. The reality didn't match the hype, and that's why the career fast break stalled before it even had a chance to pick up steam. Now, consider this. Most players who want to be stars know the golden rule. Let your game do the talking. But Angel decided to flip the script and let her mouth right checks her game couldn't cash. The result, every pass she refused to make, every missed layup, and every stat-stuffed box score turned into ammunition for critics, analysts, and even casual fans who suddenly became expert basketball commentators overnight. There's something almost poetic about it. Angel's refusal to pass the ball to wide-open teammates wasn't just a bad basketball move. It was a metaphor for her whole approach. Selfish, short-sighted, and ultimately counterproductive. Basketball isn't a one-woman show. Despite what Angel's highlight reel dreams might have you believe it's a team sport, and when you're holding on to the ball tighter than a secret, the whole squad suffers.
Yeah, it's not going to be often that we have a ton of nights like this.
And the foul call that preceded the technical foul. It looked like you were arguing with that as well. Did you see it differently, or did you think it was more based on the reaction from New York's bench?
I think I just fight for my players, and I just leave it at that.
And don't get me started on the timing. The WNBA is thriving right now. Exciting games, rising stars, and more eyes on the league than ever before. Players like Caitlin Clark are stealing the spotlight with jaw-dropping plays, unselfish teamwork, and genuine hustle. Clark's the kind of player who reminds everyone why they watch basketball, for the heart, the skill, and the magic moments. Meanwhile, Angel's out here turning every game into a blooper reel, an endless stream of missed opportunities and self-inflicted wounds. What's truly fascinating is how Angel's antics have shifted the narrative around her. Once a promising talent, now she's the punchline of basketball jokes and the cautionary tale about what happens when ego overtakes effort. And in a league where every player is fighting for respect, to go from hopeful to headline-grabbing flop is a fast and furious fall. But it's not just about the missed shots or the stat padding. It's about what this says regarding leadership and professionalism. Athletes who talk big have to back it up, not just with flashy Instagram posts or sound bites, but with grit and consistent performance. Angel's loud proclamations about her greatness were an invitation to scrutiny. And when the results don't follow, people don't just shrug it off. They start questioning everything about your game and your attitude.
Angel Reese is talking about if they don't get what they want, they're going to strike. She had a chance to walk it back. It's a casual setting. She's sitting there chilling with her friend Dejanay. They're just talking. Maybe when this hit the news, there was a chance for Angel to say, okay, well, hang on. This is being misconstrued. But nope.
Coach Tyler Marsh's public unloading wasn't just some harmless critique. It was a reality check wrapped reality check in a fast break slam dunk. It called out the hollow numbers and highlighted the glaring disconnect between Angel's self-image and her actual impact on the court. It's the kind of call-out that, if taken seriously, could be a wake-up call, but if ignored, it's the beginning of a downward spiral. Now, imagine the locker room dynamics. When one player is hogging the ball, padding their stats, and ignoring teammates, it creates friction. Basketball teams thrive on chemistry, trust, and unselfish play. Angel's behavior, as highlighted by the coach, must be grinding her teammates' gears. You can bet the quiet murmurs in the locker room aren't about how great Angel is, but about how much she's making the whole team's job harder. And here's where it gets even messier: the financial angle. Angel's demand for bigger paychecks makes perfect sense on paper. If you're confident in your talent and your value, you want to be compensated accordingly. But here's the brutal truth. Money follows performance, not braggadocio. If your game isn't on point and you're turning games into comedy sketches, sponsors and teams aren't exactly lining up with open wallets. In fact, they might be reconsidering just how much they want to invest in a player whose highlight reel is more about self-inflicted airballs than clutch plays.